Hey folks, I talk so much about niching down as being the first and most important step and the start of your Power BI professional career, especially if you're on the Power BI consultant path. Today, I wanted to walk you through a real example of how I helped one of our students identify their initial niche. Hopefully, it's going to help you as well. So again, I've talked about importance of niche on a lot of videos, and it's the first crucial step which a lot of people miss or mess up, and no wonder life becomes a struggle and things become just harder and harder, right? I mean, if well begun is half done, then what's the opposite of that? All right, you know that, man. All right, so this was a real discussion with one of our members in our Power BI consultant program. So we got on a call and I asked that, hey, does everybody have the initial niche, and who is unsure, who doesn't know? And this person raised their hand and we did what's called a hot seat and we walked through the example. So I'm going to walk you through the same example with the highlights of the discussion. So I first just listened to them talk about the industry they were in and the experience they had, and I wrote down some key notes and then I talked to them. But here's how it played out eventually. So the first thing that I heard from them was that they move data across systems. Now, I understood what they were doing, and of course, they were using Query Editor for that a lot. Now, that one oddly is too specific. Now, usually I say that niche, the more specific you get, the better it is. But that one felt a little weird to me because generally the companies that I've worked with, a key problem that they have is combining data from various systems. In fact, this is almost a near universal problem. So again, right there, you can see that's the formation of a niche. So again, niche is not about going out there and saying, oh yeah, I can do anything for anybody, right? I mean, when you're trying to be everything to everyone, you're nothing to no one. I think that's how the saying goes, right? So instead of that, you're getting very specific. And you can say, hey, if your data is spread across these multiple systems and you've been pulling your hair out trying to pull it all together, I can help you, right? So you see the power of niche already. This is magnetic, and this is like, yep, this is what I do. This is what I'm about. And you can iterate that message. Now, of course, a key lesson is never, ever, 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 ever make your niche about something technical. It's like, oh, this is a technical thing that I do. Well, okay, maybe there are exceptions, I don't know, but I would advise you against that, because again, technology is like the shifting sands, right? And sand dunes, and they move from here to there, and you can never, you can try all your life trying to stay on top of the sand dune, you will never succeed, guaranteed, my friend, right? So you can live that life if you want, but I'll later say that I told you so. So you can't make it about technology. You have to anchor with business, and that's how you become super powerful, super awesome. So the other things that I heard from the person was banking and microloans. Now here, again, niching down is about getting specific. Banking is big. Microloans, ooh, it's specific. I love the sound of that. So I said focus on this, right? Now, of course, and the other layer that you can get into, actually you can do a lot of different things. You can be location-based if you like. Again, yeah, sure, we live in a world, and generally for our Power BI consultants, yeah, we want them to be in a place where they can work from anywhere and their clients can be anywhere in the world. But starting out, it can be super powerful to focus around your area. And of course, we've had great success stories in our program. Charles Elwood comes to mind. He focused on Holland, Michigan. I don't think I could put it on a map before I met him. But he focused on local businesses. So location can be one. Sorry, I didn't write it down here, but that can be one. Again, that's a choice for you. And it doesn't. If you're based in a city, yeah, you can. All right. So location. Let's move on from there. We didn't actually discuss that here. But the other thing that I do generally say is that you focus on the persona of the person you'll be working with. So So who is it? Are you working with with somebody in finance who's trying to create finance report and pulling in some data from their financial systems, but then it has his Excel sheet? or you want to work with the IT teams and so forth. And frankly, my love is usually for the business user. So again, let's just pick that one as an example. So you're working with finance, and then you dial it in even more. You say, well, what is their typical title? What kind of company is it? How big is it? How many employees? How much revenue? Are they private? Are they public? And yeah, am I dealing with like a CFO, chief financial officer, or am I dealing with a finance director or a senior finance manager, whatever it is, right? So you get really, really specific. And now let's bring it all together. So once you have all of that, your messaging can be something like this. It can say, hey, if you are a senior finance manager in a microloan company and really struggle in pulling data from multiple systems together, and it feels like a data spaghetti, right? And you know, you spend more time on this than is sane or reasonable, and yeah, you're just kind of tired of it and you want something new. I can help. Okay, I bungled that a little bit, doing it on the fly, but you get the idea, right? So you're saying, hey, if you're this, this, and this, and this, this, and this, and very specific, and you have this problem, I can help you. That's kind of the overall messaging on the niche, but you can see how it needs to act like a magnet. And magnet, by the way, attracts as well as repels. So with this whole messaging that I did, what it would do is it would repel everybody else, which is good. So they'll say, oh, no, I'm not in microloans. That's not me. Get out of here, right? So that's the goal of the niche. And again, it's counterintuitive. You got to go small to go big, my friend, right? So yeah, so it'll repel other folks, but the person who checks these boxes, imagine what's going on in their head when they're reading this or listening to you or whatever, wherever you're active, right? So it'll say, oh, senior finance manager, that's me. Oh, hey, yeah, hello. Microloans, oh my God, right? Data spaghetti across multiple systems. You just described me, my friend. Where do I sign? No, I'm just kidding. That'll be the start of the conversation, but that's how things start. And in a future video, we're going to talk about how these conversations, which are mostly online these days, they don't have to be awkward at all. We'll cover that in a future video. I'll catch you next time. Until then, power on.